following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the QATV staff or board of directors. QATV, in compliance with FCC regulations, is prohibited from exercising control over the content of independent, member-produced public access programming.
Hi there, I'm Krystyne Cheever, and welcome to the All Friends Cabaret. It's the show that connects you. Well, are you ready to laugh? I am always ready to laugh, and we are so excited tonight to have a comedian here, Stephen Hall, to share some of his funny poetry. We look forward to hearing his story after, but for right now, Stephen Hall.
Thank you, Krystyne. Yeah, sometimes, I like to take a break from comedy. And I like to calm my mind with Japanese poems called haikus. They are 3-line poems with 17 syllables, and they're beautiful in their simplicity, and hopefully their calmness will, come to you and your audience as well. I'll start with poem number 1. A piece of green pepper fell off the wooden salad bowl. So what? I saw a rainbow on the day my grandmother died. She was a proud lesbian. Let's see here. You can save a starving child for only 15 cents a day. They eat pennies. Let's see here. I got another one. She's got a smile that seems to me, reminds me of a childhood memory. Oh wait, that's just the lyrics for Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses. Sorry, that's a mix up. That's on me. Let's see here, I got another one here. My aunt used to say, slow and steady wins the race. She died in a house fire. Okay. Let's see. Old people's skin sags because gravity is pulling them toward the underworld. Let's see here. You know the thing about a shark? He's got lifeless eyes, black eyes like a doll's eyes. Wait, that's just a quote from Jaws. I run out. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry. Hi, Krystyne.
Oh my
How are
gosh,
you?
you've kind of left.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, cheers. If we were in a comedy club, right, we'd have a little wine, it'd be lower lights, it'd be maybe someone saying something to you back, kind of saucy.
Hecklers,
right?
yep. Oh yeah, my mom in the front row, you suck. Yeah, that happens,
Tell me about your journey to comedy itself, because these were poems, but you've done stand-up.
Yeah.
You've done stand-up before.
Yep, exactly. I thought it would be relevant to bring the poems out just because it's, again, a calming, it brings me back to a place of where no audience is. It's just me alone in my room writing.
Yeah.
But stand-up for me started when I was 12.
Really?
Yeah. The first time it was like a teacher conference. They invited all the parents to elementary school. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I was like, can I do stand-up? I put like a tip hat in the front, I remember. Yeah. I did a joke about wearing goggles in the Roman times, like going to those like big like baths where everybody would go to a bath.
Right.
Like, what if you had goggles? And that was like my first joke I wrote, and that was when I was 12. So.
Oh wow! And did
yeah.
you just have? Did you watch funny shows? Did you see other comedians that you were like, oh, I'd like to do that, or what was the?
Yeah, I think it was for sure. It was definitely like Jim Carrey coming out and doing like Ace Ventura.
Yes.
That scene where he's like kicking the box and like the FedEx box in the beginning. That was always something that I thought was hilarious and wanted to be an actor, comedian. Like if you look at my yearbook. When I was in 6th grade, it says, "What did you want to be when you grow up?" It says comedian.
Yeah, yeah.
So folks like him,
did you have a proper way to write jokes? And that's why I say this. When I was in New York years ago, I'm like, oh, I'd love to try stand-up.
Yeah.
And there was a certain class you took.
Right.
And I took a class, and then you ended up performing your stand-up.
Right.
And it was like set up line, then punchline.
Sure.
Is that how? But you're your poems were funny.
Yeah, that's a bit
Like,
I
it
do
just-
where I write these haikus, because I always just thought they were
Yeah.
funny. If you read Japanese haikus, they're supposed to be this calming, like meditative thing.
Yes.
And I thought it would be funny to make them absurd.
Right.
Because I
And
love absurdity, and my kind of humor is satire.
Right.
But big shout out to Cinnamon Fly Away. That's a charity that I represent for people that suffer from cinnamon allergies. Okay.
Is that a real thing?
See, we don't know.
I shouldn't laugh.
It could be.
You're making me laugh.
Yeah. Don't eat Cinnabon in the mall.
But back to the writing of jokes, did you just like put them together? Because it sounds
Yeah,
like
for me,
you're...
it's always been anecdotal, so storytelling, like
Yes.
experiences that have happened in my life, told through my point of view, and then add absurdity and satire. So it's 70% true, 30% absurd and satire. Then the audience is kind of left like, is this guy serious or is he making a joke? And I always thought that was a fun reaction.
All right, and have you performed in the small nightclubs?
Small nightclubs, big
Yes.
venues like Seaport Laugh Boston. I did a 300-person show, opened up, and my sister was actually in the front row with her husband, and I was opening up for Heather McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a 90s sitcom star. But I had like 15 minutes, but like after 9, I got booed off. So you just never know what's gonna happen. So 300 people are booing you, or you're in it. Yeah.
Well, what makes you want to get back up? Because when I did the class, it was great.
Yeah.
I did okay, but there is like, you're just out there hoping they don't boo you.
Right,
Stage,
yeah, exactly.
Right?
I think it's just well, maybe it is a gluttony for like pain too, but I think more importantly, it's just like, it's if your passion, if you want to do it. Like with you doing this show, which is great that you bring, local artists to the forefront. It's
Yes.
awesome what you're doing.
Yes.
But you have to be passionate about it, and it's hard work. It's like writing 8 hours a day, sometimes isn't fun. When I was in LA writing, sleeping on a couch with 7 other comedians.
Oh, of course, that's how you get your start, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And then, that kind of just not giving up.
And how was that scene being in LA? How long were you out there?
It was weird.
It's,
it was
it's
a
different
weird time.
from the East Coast.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
Like
not disparaging East Coast, West Coast, but it is a different lifestyle in terms of you're hustling to probably get yourself in front of the right person to hope to get the break,
exactly,
and you're out there.
I'm just like, can I find a man that wants to like take advantage of me sexually? I'm kidding. But it's like different. The women out there don't like me. That's a fact.
Okay,
They're like,
really?
this guy's weird.
Really?
Here, I'm
That's
more
probably
of a
a
vibe.
different show.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Could be. Okay.
Yeah, but LA was strange in that way. It is kind of like everybody, you know who you know, and like it's
Yes.
like you got to get that one break.
Did you
and-
work on any shows out there? Or?
I was a writer for a comedy, online comedy show. I was writing specs for movies and sitcoms, and I was writing jokes for comics that would pay me. So it was kind of a little bit of everything on there.
That's fun. Like you just kind of step into a lot of different opportunities.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And it is a grind. And it was a couple years, and it wasn't really
Right.
working out. And like the passion, maybe I didn't work hard enough, or maybe it was just the people. I needed a change.
Well, I think
So-
when you think about it, there are probably even in the world of entertainment, singing, because there was
Yeah.
a time that I was living in New York, and that it's a grind.
Yeah, exactly.
Waiting for your next. Oh, what's my next break?
Right,
What's my
and then your
next break?
sister's calling you all the time, like, you need to get health insurance. Mom's scared you're gonna get hit by a bus, and then you get hit by a bus, and then it's like, that whole thing.
They're
blew
real
up.
problems.
Yeah, exactly. Broke my legs.
We all have. This guy is funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, so then you came back from LA, and you work in the club scene here?
Yeah, mostly in Boston, up the Comedy Studio in Harvard, do Dick's Comedy Den. I'm on the South Shore, doing tonight at the Royal Garden, and Tuesdays they do. And
Wow.
and out
He
in
will
Worcester.
leave here and go to an appearance. Sounds very
Yeah,
fancy.
exactly. It's gonna be okay. But yes, exactly. So and then just like starting over, like when I won that Boston Comedy Festival in 2016.
Oh,
and
good for you. That's awesome.
we're getting paid to do gigs, and then I had a daughter, 3-year-old.
all right.
Shout out Lottie.
Yeah.
What up? And Mom. And Carrie.
Anyone
top
else?
Three.
Anyone
Nope, just
else?
the top
Okay.
three.
Okay.
We're not going to do 4 and 5. We're going to do the top 3. That's it. You start numbering. My Aunt Jessica. Nobody cares. Okay, stop. Then you lose priority. Then you focus on the daughter, and then once you got like turned to like she's 3 now, and got kind of back writing again with a comedy writer, my friend, who's a dear friend and writes a lot of jokes with me. And
nice.
He wrote one of these haikus too. He wrote the one you didn't like. Okay.
So
all the other ones were on me.
do you have a theme that you go by? Like some comedians, you know, Joan Rivers was all about
Love
like
Joan,
fashion.
yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I loved
her too.
I miss Fashion
Rest in
Police.
peace, Joan. We love
Yes,
you.
we love Joan. Did you follow that for yourself, or you just like, but I'm a funny guy?
Yeah,
But you
no,
are.
I think it was more like utilizing some like Bill Hicks. I always and Robin Williams, his energy on stage. I'm moving a lot.
Yes.
So I do like the haiku poem thing where I usually sit in a chair, and then after the poem I usually hit a triangle. So I'll read it and I'll go ding, and then it keeps it calming, and then I can go back to being crazy. So I use a lot of my inspiration because I loved like Disney movies when I was a kid, like musicals and Aladdin and Lion King are my favorite. That kind of inspired me to write like songs when I was a kid and write funny songs and stuff. So inspiration like that shaped who I am, but I like to think that I've naturally been always.
And then
funny.
why do they say that comedy is hard to do?
Because it's hard work. Because like I mentioned, the 8 hours of writing. Even if you don't get stage fright and you like being around people and you're good on, in that aspect, you still have to write jokes. I always say, like, in the war of comedy, I think the people that are going to win are the people that have the funniest jokes.
But even like in a movie, they say the funniest person has the hardest job. I don't think so. If you're naturally funny,
yeah, like
I don't think
Zach
it's that hard.
Galifianakis, right? Like you see him, like he's in every movie he's in, or the Deadpool guy with Ryan Reynolds, or he's just himself. He just plays himself. He's just naturally funny. If you're acting to be funny, like actors will say playing funny is the hardest part because they're not naturally funny, so they have to act it. Right. And that is a challenge.
No, I think if you're not a funny person,
right, like
you're a serious actress to kind of come across.
Right, exactly. And there's some actors like you'll see that you thought were like dead serious in movies, and you see it like it was like when Jim Carrey did that 23 horror movie. So he went to like all funny, then all of a sudden he's in like a horror movie and serious, and it was like a brain.
And you're like, wait a minute.
It was weird, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the same kind of reverse for like serious actors, but some of them can pull it off great. Like comedic actresses that I love, that I think are great, like like in movies, that like Sandra Bullock, or like some folks that are maybe not naturally funny but can act very well.
No, that's great. That's great. So you're hitting the circuit on the South Shore of Mass.
Yes, for sure.
Western
Mass. Yep, definitely. Like I'm working with my buddy JP, who he runs the Sweet and Sour Comedy Tour. He invited me to join that. That's a tour that we go around every third Saturday and do different venues throughout the South Shore. Wonderful. I got put on that. That was really exciting. And then and that was just by doing an open mic gig. And he saw me, because like I said, it was going from 300 people to Seaport to literally, I'm going to Denny's tomorrow. Anybody have breakfast for dinner? Come see me. Pancakes are on me. All right?
No, that's good. So what I talk about in the Cabaret is encouraging other artists that watch my show to, and I ask my guests, how do you get your passion? Well, how would you advise those people watching and how to follow their passions, whether they want to start a book, start comedy, go after their dreams of, I might want to do a movie, or
I think that you nailed it. I think the key word that you said is to start it, right? It's like always we get in our heads and we want to do something, and we have the ideas, but then we don't, we get distracted with life stuff. I think if you just start it, that's kind of the hardest part, whether it's getting on stage for an open mic, whether it's writing a spec. You don't have to write the whole script, but if you could write a spec first, that'll maybe motivate you to write.
And a spec is what?
A spec is basically a short form of what the whole movie's about, or what the sitcom, what you would pitch to, like, for instance, when you pitch in front of executives, they don't have time to read the whole thing. So you get up there and you read the spec, and then they're like, what is this about? Who's going to play you? Obviously Ryan Reynolds. and then they get an idea if they want to pick it up for a pilot, and then that will hire actors and production teams, and then from there it gets picked up for a season.
And how do you think our new way of like media and YouTube has changed? Because it used to just be film in a studio, cut it, you know, watch it on a Thursday night.
Right, yeah.
Now you can do it all, you know, have it on all the time.
Right, exactly. And it's crazy because, you know, like when Tom Green, like who, you know, is a legend and obviously was the first of an original kind of starting his own podcast, and that kind of took over with like Joe Rogan and everybody's kind of doing what he was doing. And he was kind of the pioneer behind that. You know, it's, you know, anybody can be funny or shoot a movie, anybody can do anything and go viral, right? And that's just the world we live in, you know? So if you have something to say and it's funny, people will watch it, right? But for me, I'm always kind of against the grain. I'm old, 57. And so I don't really have much social media. I'm kind of like word of mouth and
I did
things.
Say, hey, what's your handle?
Yeah, I don't. It distracts me kind of like from what I'm trying to do.
Yes.
Like I have friends that are like very successful musicians that have thousands and thousands of followers, and they'll post some of my stuff for me. But I also do have a stalker, restraining order against her, not currently. So I can't legally put my stuff out there because she will find me. She's crazy.
Is that true or a joke? See, you don't know.
We don't know.
He's so... It's like it's magic.
Yeah, no. So I kind of like it's a mix of both for me. Like I think you need a little bit of both. You know, but if you're funny and you like what you're doing, and as long as you're not posting videos of yourself eating Wendy's in your car.
Yes.
Hey guys, about to get another double cheeseburger, and then 10 million people watch this.
Right.
That is kind of upsetting when you're grinding and trying to fight for your life.
But you do find that in today's especially during COVID, when we were all on lockdown, and you get through 1,500 episodes of your favorite show, and it was the best.
Exactly.
And now it's like, oh, okay, they drop a show, and it's all of the episodes. You don't even have to wait, because that's our culture, right?
Right, exactly. And I kind of like the old way where it used to be like Game of Thrones came on Sunday night, and then you waited, you know, and now it's like you're in your sweatpants for 2 days, you missed work, you got fired, your girlfriend left you.
Yeah,
you
right.
Know, you're sort of like, what happened? You're just,
what's your or we were all around the table, my family this weekend, my sisters, my mom. I need a list. What's the next show? What do we, you know?
Exactly.
Did you watch one from 2012? And you know, like whatever. You know,
Twin Peaks, dude. Go back, okay, and watch the good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean the binge culture is kind of like it's a trick in the mind, because it's like you watch all the episodes but then you forget instantly, because it's like the once a week thing. Then you would see the recap and it would go. But if you watch them all, like sometimes you don't even remember what happened in episode 3, because you're like you're so caught up in episode 8, and that's kind of like life too. Like if you just are binging through life and you're not slowing down and reading the haikus and like can't just all be go go go. I think you're going to benefit yourself in a lot of different ways: personal life, professional life, passionate about the arts.
That's great advice, just to kind of slow it down.
So don't watch all 12 episodes, okay? Watch 2, and then be like, you know what? I'm going to put the remote down.
Who would have thought we'd get a lesson in binge watching?
Yeah, exactly. A lesson from me, would be good. Also would have thought.
That's good. And then, have you worked with any famous comedians?
Or
just had interactions?
I've worked with a lot of different comedians that are on the circuit that are.
Any stories you can share? We don't want to, this isn't a racy
in the green
show.
rooms. Well, one time I just got so wasted, like I wanted to go first, and like they were like, so I'm in the green room hanging out with some comics that I really look up to.
Okay.
And I'm
you just wanted to
drinking too many Coors Lights, and they're like, you're gonna go on last now. And I got up there and I go, what up? And I forgot to look, and I literally ran off the stage. I was like, what up? And then, oh, man down. He's down. Oh boy, let's get this guy some help. So that wasn't fun.
You got too excited by who you were working with.
Forgot to look down.
Yeah.
And had about 12 Coors Lights in 2 hours. So don't do that.
Yeah, because I have a local comedian, family friend, Georgie McDonald. He's been on this show before, and he's like Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And had, similar stories of, it's a grind.
Yeah, yes, it is, but it's fun,
Fun.
And I'm just, like I said, glad to come out and support the arts and get people to follow their dreams too, man, because it's possible. Anybody can do anything. I do honestly believe
Yes, no, that's great. Well, thank you so much for joining us in the show tonight.
Absolutely. I would love to come back. Next
laughing.
time we could do maybe a full set or something.
Yes, no, that would be great.
I didn't know I could perform here. I didn't know what was happening, so I wrote the haikus.
No,
I wrote these
haikus
on the
were
train
great.
on the way over.
Now, are they okay, so don't haikus. I don't want to, out what you did.
Sure.
But don't they have to have like a certain rhythm to
Yeah,
but
so
I love it.
the syllable structure is 5-7-5.
Okay,
5
yes.
syllables in the first, 7 in the second, and 5 in the third.
Yes.
But some of my jokes didn't fit that.
No.
So I was like, you know what? Screw that. I'm just going to say they're haikus. These people don't know. You don't read Japanese poetry. Stop lying. Stop lying.
Oh my gosh. Well, Stephen, thank you so much. Oh, where can we catch you next? Besides, in 2 hours, you're going to be.
I'm always, like I said, the Comedy Studio in Harvard Square.
Yes.
On the weekends, I'm at Dick's Comedy Den and the Sweet and Sour Comedy Tour. You can check that out. That's every third Saturday. And then if you're ever in Plymouth, I'm doing open mic nights all the time there.
Oh,
so
that's
you can
awesome.
always come out and see me.
You won't find him, though, online.
You won't. Yeah. No,
You
for
won't.
a
He's
reason.
hidden. And that's a whole other show.
Yeah, that's a whole other show.
Listen, with
That's a
this guy,
different
we
vibe.
could have done like 4 different episodes of, many different
Exactly.
subjects.
Exactly.
Well, Stephen, thank you so much for coming to the All Friends Cabaret. Your story is inspirational and a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Seemed like you're
Appreciate
enjoying
it.
yourself.
Love it.
In your life.
Glad you're here, man.
That's
Glad I'm
great.
here. Thank you for having
That's
me.
great. So we are going to take a pause for a moment and be right back.
Cheers.
Hi there, and welcome back to the All Friends Cabaret. I wanted to talk to you tonight about an initiative I'm involved with. And what's awesome about the All Friends Cabaret, not only do we have wonderful entertainment like Stephen Hall, who was just awesome tonight, come in and share their story, but we also have fundraising that we do for very important organizations. And I work with my friend Audrey Finland, is the CEO of the Entertainment Foundation. And let me read what her mission is for this foundation where she supports and its mission. So the Entertainment Foundation's mission is to enrich the lives of veterans, senior adults, and the underserved by providing quality live entertainment and excellence in music. And so what she does is she provides performance and performers to come in and share music with the underserved, veterans and elderly. And it's a wonderful program for individuals that might not have the opportunity to be able to ever hear wonderful music or songs from a time when they grew up. So it's a wonderful organization that I team up with. And so what I'm doing with them and getting the word out, and we'll put up the graphic of this. It's called Hundredx. So Hundredx Causes is another company that teams with nonprofits to earn feedback for dollars. So by clicking that QR code, you can get to their website or text the word GIVE to 90412 and you sign up. You choose the cause, which is the Entertainment Foundation, and you're giving opinions on all your different stores, different products you use. If you've been to McDonald's, look up McDonald's and give them a rating. And what Hundredx does is donates $1.60 per opinion. One thing I want to note to you is if you're very hesitant about, oh geez, I don't want my email out there. I don't want to give my phone number and after the campaign is over, which it runs through March 3rd, March 4th it runs through. They do not use your information for mailings or reaching out. So this is all for this campaign. And what happens is if you fill out 75 opinions, you will get a chance to earn $120 for the Entertainment Foundation. The nice thing is they're not going to use your info. It's all sorts of different products that you will know the names from Target to Walmart, any place you go, you'll fill it out, and it will help the Entertainment Foundation earn some money for a very important cause. And the last thing I'll say about it is that we are having those that fill out all 75 opinions will be entered into a drawing to win a prize. Got a couple prizes for everyone. So it's going to be a great way for you to give. You give your opinion. You don't have to open your wallet, but Hundredx will certainly get a payment to the Entertainment Foundation that is meaningful. So if you do have any questions on this campaign, you can reach out to the entertainmentfoundation.org, or you can reach out to me. And I do have an Instagram handle, and it's All Friends K, and you can follow me there. And you can always reach out if you're interested in doing this campaign or sharing your story on the All Friends Cabaret. So I really appreciate Stephen coming on the show tonight. I appreciate if you could fill out some feedback for the Entertainment Foundation and 100X. And I will say that I hope that you, if you at home, are thinking about a way that you're creative, or say you have fundraising that you need to do for yourself. Say you're running a road race, or you're performing to raise funds for your favorite cause. This is what this forum is all about here at where we film at QATV, to share your story, connect with others, and to encourage others to do the same. We all are good. There are so many people I've met where if I'm out and about and I meet someone and they're like, oh, I've written a book, or I work for this fundraising initiative, and it's just a great way to share your story. So I am on X. I am on Instagram and Facebook, All Friends Cabaret, and I really appreciate your time tonight, and I hope to hear from you so you can be my next guest here at the All Friends Cabaret. And we'll be filming again soon and sharing another wonderful story. And we'll see you next time right here on the All Friends Cabaret. Thanks for joining us.